Welcome to the Depth Dive. We're here to break down complex topics and pull out the core insights for you. Today, we're tackling China's latest move in stealth fighter tech, this new J-35. The sources we've looked at, well, they paint a really compelling picture of just how fast things are moving in military aviation. So we want to give you a clear shortcut to understanding what this J-35 development actually signifies for, global power dynamics.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because honestly, the materials on China's new J-35 stealth fighter, they show some remarkable things, way beyond just, here's a new plane.
Absolutely. Our goal here really is to pull out the key pieces about the J-35. We're talking capabilities, its strategic purpose, and maybe most importantly, the bigger implications for air power globally. And we'll definitely zero in on its recent arrival in service and this production situation, which is quite unique.
All right, let's jump straight into the news because it's pretty big. The Chinese Navy, the plan, they've just put out the first pictures of serial production J-35s. We're talking planes rolling off the line, ready for the fleet, not just prototypes. Exactly. Operational aircraft.
And what's really striking is the timing. This comes less than 2 weeks after we saw images suggesting the land-based versions for the Air Force also entered service.
That quick succession is, very notable. And it's crucial. What's truly fascinating from my perspective is that the J-35 entering service marks the very first time the Chinese Navy gets aircraft with serious stealth capabilities.
Ah, okay. So it's not just another plane for them.
Not at all. For their naval air arm, this is a huge leap. It fundamentally changes how they can project power, how they operate at sea, compared to what they had before. It pulls their carrier aviation squarely into the fifth generation game.
So while the Air Force, the PLAAF, they've had the J-20 stealth fighter since, 2017?
That's right, February 2017.
This J-35 is the Navy's big step into stealth.
Got it. And the plane itself, the J-35, it comes from Shenyang Aircraft Corporation.
Correct. And it's generally seen as sort of a lighter partner to the bigger J-20, which is made by Chengdu.
Okay, different manufacturers, different roles. If we zoom out a bit, you see the J-35's size puts it in a really interesting spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of between the heavyweights like the J-20 and the American F-22 and the much lighter single-engine F-35. So it occupies this middle ground.
And its main job is carrier ops.
That seems to be the primary focus, yes, for carrier operations. And the plan, it looks like, is to fly it alongside the J-15B. Now, the J-15B is a heavier 4+ generation fighter, still very capable, lots of modern systems, but not full-on stealth like a 5th gen.
Okay.
They call this a high-low combination, pairing the top-tier stealth jets with more numerous, maybe less expensive, but still capable, older designs for different kinds of missions.
Right. That high-low mix makes sense for balancing capability and cost. The J-35's size, its carrier focus, this planned pairing with the J-15B, it all points to a very deliberate strategy. But here's where, for me, it gets really interesting, connecting back to that rapid timing you mentioned. This whole production aspect and the bigger strategic picture, this dual rollout, Navy, then Air Force, bang, bang, it feels like more than just getting a new plane ready.
Oh, definitely. It screams something about their industrial capacity, which, leads to the obvious question, how did they manage this so fast?
Exactly. How?
Well, the estimates suggest the development costs for the J-35 were significantly lower than for the J-20. And the main reason seems to be that most of the core tech, avionics, stealth materials, that sort of thing, was already figured out during the J-20 program.
So they basically reused a lot of the research and development.
Precisely. They leveraged that existing R&D. That lets you speed up testing, cut down on design changes, and move into manufacturing much, much faster. It's a huge advantage, efficiency-wise.
Wow. So what does this all boil down to? If the J-35 is now in serial production,
which the images strongly suggest,
and China becomes the first country ever to be serially producing 2 distinct classes of 5th-generation fighter at the same time, in parallel.
Think about that. Just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah, I mean, other countries often struggle to get even one stealth platform into full, smooth production. China is apparently running 2 lines concurrently.
It says a lot about their industrial base and their strategic priorities. It's unprecedented, really.
And this J-35 production, it's not replacing the J-20, right? It's in addition to it.
That's the expectation. It supplements the ongoing and apparently expanding J-20 production.
So effectively, they're widening their lead in the sheer number of new stealth fighters entering service each year, compared to, everyone else combined.
That seems to be the trajectory, yes. The numbers are scaling up significantly. And if we look even further ahead, connect this to the broader picture, even with these major steps forward. The J-35, advanced as it is, might itself be somewhat transitional.
How so?
Because the PLA is widely expected to start introducing the world's first sixth-generation fighters sometime in the early 2030s.
Sixth gen already? Wow. The pace is just relentless.
It's incredibly fast, yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the key things for you, the listener. We've seen the J-35's double debut Navy and Air Force, with the Navy getting its first operational stealth. That's huge for them. We've also looked at its strategic role, this lighter counterpart to the J-20, designed for carriers, part of that high-low mix with the J-15B. But maybe the biggest headline here is China becoming the first nation to mass-produce 2 different fifth-gen fighters simultaneously. That's a major industrial feat. It just underscores how quickly this whole area of technology is moving.
Absolutely. And that leaves us with a pretty important question for you to think about. What does this kind of rapid parallel development of multiple advanced aircraft actually mean for the future balance of global air power? And maybe more critically, what are the implications of this sheer speed of innovation for military strategy worldwide? Something to ponder.